Well, Idaho's latest laws limiting flags and banners don't seem to be carrying the weight they were supposed to, even with the state's top law enforcement official offering up his 2 cents by saying, just do it because I said so. Attorney General Raul Labrador sent a strongly worded letter to Boise and Bonners Ferry, telling them to take down their pride flag and their Canadian flag because, well, House Bill 96 forbids it. Both still fly outside the respective city halls. And when asked specifically by the State Department of Education whether school teachers should be allowed to put up an "Everyone is welcome here" poster, given the vague guidance of House Bill 41, Labrador said no, they shouldn't, calling these posters, quote, part of an ideological social movement, end quote, without really sufficiently explaining how. Well, today, the Boise School District is following the lead of the Boise mayor and not following the suggestion of the Attorney General. Joe Paris joins me now. And Joe, we've been wondering what the Boise School District might do with this guidance and opinion since it became public last week. I guess now we know.
Yeah, it was an interesting statement and memo that went out today. And long story short, the Boise School District says today they support educators that want to share that message, everyone is welcome, in a physical format inside their classroom. In a memo that went out to staff today, the Boise School District says, quote, the "Everyone is welcome here" sign affirms a foundational principle of public education that every student, regardless of their background, is legally entitled to dignity, respect, and a sense of belonging in their school community. The sign is a reaffirmation, they say, of their legal and ethical obligation to provide an educational environment free from discrimination. They go on to write clearly, quote, "Everyone is welcome here" is the law. It is not a political statement. Boise School District adds in terms of the actual display in a classroom that while the guidance provided by the State Department of Education implies that the sign would not be allowed, they say they will continue to support teachers who choose to display it in their classroom. They do concede, though, in their memo and the email to parents that many other flags and banners, including the pride flag, for example, they're not allowed under the new law. However, they're encouraging their staff, who is going to be working through this, they're wanting them to make their space, their classrooms, feel safe and welcoming for all students, and to reach out to the principal or the district administration for advice if they need so. Well, what happens, though, when eventually a parent will disagree with the "Everyone is welcome here" poster? By statute, the Department of Education has been tasked with enforcement of the law, and to that end, they say they have created a special complaint form that concerned students, parents, or community members can use. And if, upon investigation, the department finds a violation of the law, they will work with the local education agency to remedy the situation. Back to school is a very fun time, but I know that there are definitely teachers that for the first time heading back into a classroom, some that have been in the same ones for decades, they're going to have to literally go through every single inch of their classroom and make sure they're not in violation.
Some of them have already been doing that. I understand that. I did reach out to Sarah Inama, the West Ada teacher that left West Ada School District because they wanted her to take down her poster, who now has a job in the Boise School District. She's elated with this decision by the Boise School District. I'm very excited to get her school year started there. So I would say, though, this isn't much of a surprise.
Right.
Because back in March, we saw this with the Boise School District posting a picture on social media that looks like this. All of them wearing the shirts, their staff, their directors, wearing the shirts that say "Everyone is welcome here." This is, of course, after this story came out on March 24th. So it's really not much of a surprise that this is the stance the Boise School District is taking. Also, not really a whole lot of teeth to this law, much like the other law that Boise, the city of Boise, is standing behind.
And we've heard from Idaho lawmakers about the flags on public property, what you're referring to, about them coming back and doing some type of an enforcement mechanism. Again, with the posters up in the classrooms conversation, it'll be interesting if there would be another conversation about, I guess, tightening the enforcement mechanism in terms of it. Right now, it's the Department of Education. It was given to them here. I guess, figure out how to take it down.
Yeah.
What if someone doesn't want to take it down? It's unclear what happens from there.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Thanks, Joe.